Alright guys, welcome everybody to Pokemon TCG Center. How's it going guys? I hope you all have a nice day. In today's video we'll be looking at Mad Party deck from Darkness Ablaze. So the latest deck from Darkness Ablaze. Few cards are gonna rotate after the rotation from this deck. So you're not going to be able to play this specific deck list post-rotation. Might be good, might be worse, we shall see. It's not top tier deck at this moment, neither, so not sure what to expect from it. I guess it's going to be okay to play with it. Nothing too crazy, I guess, but still I think that this deck can be super cool, especially in casual mode, and we can consider maybe this deck as tier 2 potentially. Zigzagoon is the biggest problem for this deck. That's the reason why we need to have Sky Pillar in it, so we can prevent all effects of opponent's attack, including damage done to the benched Pokemons. Additionally, this deck also plays Mew, so extra damage again can be protected. Extra damage can be, protected with bench barrier, but still Mew cannot, negate Zigzagoon damage placement. For that, we would need something like Machamp from, I think it was, I can't remember, from X and Y era, or from Sun and Moon, Burning Shadows and Guardians Rising, something like that. The focus and main strategy about the deck is obviously to discard Pokemons with the Mad Party. So far we had Night March, which was the tier 1 deck and the best deck of all time, speaking about discarding Pokemons and, and attacking for the Pokemon in your discard pile. Then we had Lost Zone Jumpluff, which didn't see competitive play at all, and right now we have Mad Party. So Mad Party, in my opinion, is a interesting deck for sure, with a couple cool cards like Polteageist T-Break ability, which says that you must discard a Pokemon that has a Mad Party attack from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you might drop 2 cards. Then Mad Party hits for 20 for each Mad Party Pokemon in the discard pile. So technically speaking, we can have like 4, 8, 12, 16, 15 Pokemons in the discard pile, so we can hit for like 300. Exactly. Not gonna be enough for the one-hit knockout against some Max decks, but still, 2-hit knockout can happen for sure. Biggest problem for this deck again will be Zacian ADP, in my opinion, because Zacian will just get 2 prize cards once ADP use GX, and you cannot simply trade with that. Even if you're probably not going to be able to hit turn 1 for 280 anyway, so maybe turn 2 when they already use GX, and then they're attacking and they can take like 2 prize cards, and then turn after that, if you get lucky, you can take maybe 2 more prize cards, and then they might just Reason Stamp you or something like that, and it will be 50-50 against many decks, in my opinion, but still not going to be top tier for sure. I played in a live with this deck, and this is my deck list. It's not copy paste from internet or something like that. It's my deck list, and basically I tested. It works perfect. Zebstrika is also a very interesting tech inside of it. So Bunnelby is our, let's say, main attacker for Mad Party. It hits for 20 for each Mad Party Pokemon in discard pile. I already explained that. Polteageist is our second attacking Pokemon, and also Draw Engine in this deck with a T-Break. We also have one Oranguru for that Primate Wisdom, and then we have a Zebstrika for the Sprint, so we can discard hand, draw cards until we have 4. Zebstrika can help us a lot, especially to move those Mad Party Pokemons, and just in case if our opponents stamp us in the late game. Because I'm playing Ditto, I decided to take 1 copy of Zebstrika. Why not if I can, Additionally, I'm playing one Crobat for Darkest set as well as 2 copies of the Dedenne, and I find out that this is pretty much a sweet spot for me. Additionally, this deck also plays 4 copies of Mr. Rime, 3 copies of Sinistea, and you know, Mew that I mentioned earlier, Ditto as well. For Pokemon Search and Setup, playing 4 copies of Quick Ball, very important card. Discard card from your hand, which is obviously going to be in most cases Pokemon with the Mad Party. Search your deck for basic Pokemon and put it in your hand. 3 copies of Great Ball, so I can also, you know, pick the Pokemon I find in the top 7 cards. 3 copies of Evolution Incense, so I can search my deck for Polteageist and maybe Mr. Rime. And then some other cards, 1 copy of Great Catcher, because, you know, the Dedenne is still easy target with the Great Catcher. ADP as well, mainly for the Dedenne, for the decks that plays the Dedennes. Great Catcher would be very good. 1 Ordinary Rod, 1 copy of Scoop Up Net. Why Scoop Up Net? Well, simply because if we start with the Dedenne, we won't be able to retreat. We can still switch, you know, or retreat with the U-Turn Board. But Scoop Up Net, really what makes it special, because we can pull it back into our hand. Scoop Up Net can also help and deal with Zigzagoons, and that's the reason why. 1 copy of Switch, 1 copy of U-Turn Board as well. In my opinion, much better than a skateboard, because when it's discarded from play, it goes to owner's hand. So I kind of like it. Much better in my opinion. Plus, it won't rotate after rotation, you know. 1 copy of Sky Pillar for that stadium decision, and then for Draw Engine, 3 Research and 3 Roxies. Roxie is a very good card here, because when we use Roxie, when we use an effect of Roxie, if we can discard 2 Pokemon that aren't GX or EX, we can draw 3 cards for each card we discard in this way. And with Roxie, basically we control 2 Pokemons with Mad Party, and then we can draw cards. 3 cards for each Pokemon we discarded. 2 Hapus as well. Look at the top 6 cards, put 2 cards of them in your hand, discard the other cards. Also makes this deck very good, because we can, you know, look at the 6 cards, pick 2 of them, discard other. In most cases, there are at least going to be 1 or 2 Mad Party Pokemons to be discarded. 3 Boss Orders, and 4 copies of Twin Energy, and 3 copies of Triple Acceleration Energies. So this is the deck list that I'm going to use today. So let's go to the ladder, shall we? Let's see what we can actually do with this deck. What we can do with this deck, what we can expect from it. Hopefully I can play with some top tier decks, and yeah, that's what I'm basically looking for. I'm looking forward to play against top tier decks. Okay, so it is my turn. So sun is shining directly into my eyes. And we was talking about starting with the Dedenne. Unfortunately, you're gonna face this a lot of times. Unfortunately, you're gonna face the Dedenne start tons of times. That is something that cannot be, you know, prevented. Unfortunately, it is a basic Pokemon. So there is a okay. Sinistea, much better start if you ask me, and it is my turn. So the only thing I can do here literally is just pass the turn. I see Cramorant Wii, and I see Snorlax Wii Max, which basically means only one thing. My opponent here is playing Wii Max Snorlax, but he looks like that he's playing it probably with 4 greens and 4 welders. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. I have a couple interesting decks that I will made and also stream in next week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit notification bell so you don't miss it. It's gonna be a water deck, and it's gonna be colorless deck. So 2 decks that I'm looking forward to stream in next week, in this following week, you know. Alright, I like the fact that there will be a John Hart in play. As long as the John Hart stays in play, I can basically discard my Mr. Rime from hand once per turn and, you know, search the deck for nothing. At least check my deck and see what I have in my deck. So another Hapu. Mr. Rime for nothing. 4 mad parties, 2 Dedennes, 1 is prized. Looks like that one Mr. Rime is prized as well. As it looks right now, I think that Hapu is probably the best play here. Bunnelby and another copy of Sinistea makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I'm done for now. I'm just gonna pass the turn. 2 Mad Party Pokemons at this moment in my discard pile, meaning that I can hit for 40 at this moment. Unfortunately, I cannot one-hit knock out Snorlax. I can only try to double-hit knock out him. Potentially with the boss order, try to set the double knockout without losing a Pokemon. And luckily, my opponent decided to go on Snorlax instead of the Cramorant. But it's, you know, what to say. I mean, it's reasonable that you want to do that. So, G-Max full, and there we go. The first knock against my Dedenne. Oof. I will put my Polteageist in the front instead of the Bunnelby. Ha, Twin Energy top deck. Yeah, you cannot know what's going to be at the top deck, unfortunately. Let's go with another Hapu. Great Ball and... Great Ball and a Great Ball. Literally Great Ball into Great Ball. I need Polteageist. Alright, I have 1. At least I want to deal some damage. And another Great Ball for Mr. Rime. Okay, there we go. So right now I can use T-Break. Discard my Mr. Rime from hand, draw myself 2 more cards. Find Evolution Incense. Picked another Polteageist. Put him in play, throw another Great Ball, and pick another Dedenne. Alright, so I'm basically discarding a tons of cards at this moment. U-Turn Board, very nice. But since I need to hit knock out my opponent, I'm just gonna hit for 120 and let him take another move and see what he can actually do. So buff betting. Okay, so how many damage I need in addition to that? 390. So 270 more damage. Oof, that's gonna be impossible. I definitely needed to put down that U-Turn Board and play Crobat V for 2 more cards and potentially find something else to be discarded. I don't think I'm gonna be capable to hit for so many damage. It would be nice if I have Tool Scraper so I can hit for, let's say, exactly 340 and then just simply scrap his tool for 3 prize cards. What if I just boss order his other Snorlax on the bench? And what if I just, you know, discard this Research into nothing and then T-Break for 2 more cards? Another Sinistea. I'm gonna put it on the bench, as well as this U-Turn Board, and then I will try to set up things with the Crobat V and see if I can find maybe something else. Evolution Incense. No more evolving Pokemon in my deck. With that being said, I can hit with the Mad Party this time for how many damage? 160. Okay, so 160, you know, you can see it's considered to be a tier 2 deck, you know, maybe even tier 3, I don't know. Acrobike. There is Quick Ball as well. Into Snorlax we... And he basically swallowed my Bunnelby, and he also healed himself. Alright, what's gonna be the next play here? Well, I guess I don't have too many options. 3, 6, 9. I mean, I'm already hitting for enough damage, so I guess I'm just gonna mad party him for like 180, 200. And that's it. So 2 prize cards for me, Zebstrika as well as Mr. Rime. Okay, 120 and 240 should be... Well, we are actually very close to potentially knock this Snorlax VMAX next turn. Very close. But in order to do that, I need Twin Energy plus... No, Polteageist is only Mad Party Pokemon, so that's gonna be 220. If I discard Mr. Rime, it's 240. 240 plus 120 is 360, which means that I need 2 more Pokemons in my discard pile. Alright, so with that being said, what I'm gonna do, if I discard my boss order, I'm 99% losing this game because I don't have 4 boss orders. That makes me scary. 4 Polteageist in my discard pile. I have like 1 more Dedenne, and I guess I can throw that Mr. Rime, and that will be enough. But what's gonna happen after that is a much better question. So Mr. Rime, we do have 1 more Bunnelby as well as Ditto. There is Evolution Incense. Only 2 Twin Energy cards. That's gonna be rough for sure. But he will also need to add 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 240, 360, 380, and I basically need... I need 1 more Mad Party Pokemon in my discard pile, and I did get it, but yeah, so that's the GG unfortunately, because I can Quick Ball this Bunnelby, and I'm basically forced here to use my Daddy Change, but if I do that, then the game is over. Is it? Well, I guess it is. Yeah, I will draw 6 cards, but I will lose my ability to attack. If I only didn't discard my Ordinary Rod earlier in the game, I would probably win this game. Probably I would. So very expensive Mad Party for 280, and that's exactly what we needed for the knockout. There is a Roxie, and Twin Energy. So, it for 280, still not enough for the one-hit knockout. There's another VMAX Snorlax, and all I'm just gonna say to my opponent is a well play. I could maybe, yeah, no way, because he, oh, so he don't have, oh, right now he have powerful energy for even extra damage. placement onto my Snorlax. The game is still not over, but there's nothing I can literally do. I cannot play Oranguru. I can just put 2 damage counters on my opponent active Pokemon and that's it. So first opponent today, and unfortunately too good to be true. Too strong for Mad Party. Just imagine if my opponent played Mellow Lana. So you hit him for like 120, he mellows and Lana on the bench, so that's how it is. So moving on to another game. Alright, so didn't want a coin flip. My opponent is starting first, which means that I can start attacking at my turn 1. Just gonna... Item Luck be ham. I don't like this deck. I used to play it. Oh, it's with the Noctowl. That is a next level play. Pidgeotto, Noctowl, be ham, Item Lock. So you're literally item locking your opponent, and then you can simply... I think that Noctowl says for the triple acceleration energy that you're shuffling. Oh boy, alright. Let me get then Mr. Rime in play. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I basically need to deal with this Elgyem, so he is the main attacking Pokemon for my opponent. Oof, but I'm already discarding so many good resources. Okay, luckily there will be Oranguru, so I'm gonna basically shuffle my boss order. Polteageist, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going with the research for 7 anyways. I need Twin Energy if I want to attack. I couldn't find one, so I guess the only thing I can do is just pass the turn. If I only have Sinistea on the bench, but I don't. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, could be 60 damage. But right now, he might just Mysterious Noise me and item lock me for like a turn at least. So, Quick Ball for... Oh, he has supported card in his hand because he discarded Cynthia from it, so probably research for 7 or something like it. Yeah, as expected. Okay. So, there is a research for 7, that was research for 7, there is a power plant. Power plant, okay, means that I cannot play another Dedenne because I discarded my Stadium from play. That's fair enough. Plus, he can knock me out for the first prize card in the game. Roxie top deck would be the best top deck I could get. I would be very happy if I could get Roxie. So he will probably retreat onto Ditto. No, he is actually on the PG, not on the Ditto. Because he needs Ditto to evolve into be ham. Crobat. Come on, give me Roxie. Oof, what a top deck. What a top deck. 6 cards. Let's see. Wow. How is that even possible? How is this even possible? I didn't get... Basically, I was looking just for the 1 card, and that 1 card was a Twin Energy card, and I couldn't get it from 6 extra cards, plus Primate Wisdom. So that's literally like you played Research for 7. So 20 cards left, 20 in my discard pile. 4 in play, 6 in my prize cards, and 10 in my hand. So we did a quick math here. There is Air Balloon and Marnie. Thanks a lot for that, Marnie. I really appreciate it. My hand was absolutely messy. Well, there is a airmail. Will my opponent be able to somehow continue with his item lock? I bet he will. Yeah, there is triple acceleration energy, and even reverse. Wait a second. That was a misclick. That was a misclick. I think he misclicked. Definitely he misclicked. There's no other explanation in my opinion. He probably misclicked. But this misclick probably gonna cost him a lot. Especially if I find myself a Twin Energy. And I did find Twin Energy, so I'm just gonna go for the knockout here. Okay, let's go. Let's go with Primal Wisdom. Great Catcher, Mad Party. Do I even have enough for the knockout? Yes, 120, so 6 Mad Parties in my discard pile. So we are equaled with the prize cards. And I drew myself a Scoop Up Net. I should go for Pidgeotto with the Air Balloon instead of the Beham. But right now he needs 2 cards actually. He needs Beham and he also needs triple acceleration energy. So these 2 cards are actually key components for my opponent, or he maybe need to find a way to get himself a Noctowl in play. So Bird Keeper into Elgin. And will there be Beham and triple acceleration energy? We shall see. So there is another Air Balloon, so which might be just retreat to Hood and my turn. Alright, so one more turn, somehow I managed to survive. Alright, Scoop Up Net to scoop this Dedenne from the bench. And 1 research for 7. There's literally not a single card in my hand that I need. Okay, U-Turn Board for Crobat V. Potentially I can put my Dedenne on the top of the deck. I'm searching for okay, another Twin Energy. I'm searching for 1 Sinistea, so I can have 1 Polteageist in play for late game and for potential reset stamp. I don't know what type of the deck list my opponent plays, but I bet that he have at least 1 copy of Reset Stamp in this deck list, because this is some type of control deck, item lock deck, you know, so that's the rare candy for Omastar. Oh, ooh, for Kabutops. Oh, Fossilized Memories. As long as this Pokemon is in your active position, your opponent cannot play supporter cards from their hand. So you basically item lock, plus you retreat to Kabutops, so you item lock your opponent. That makes sense. That perfectly makes sense. Okay, I kind of like this. But luckily, I already managed to establish setup here, so I'm pretty much okay for now. The only thing that I basically need is to just have enough resources to basically keep going on with the knockouts every single turn. So, let's see, Bunnelby on the bench, Oranguru for that Private Wisdom. I'm gonna trade 1 Polteageist, hopefully for Sinistea. Nope, just another Dedenne. That's not the card I was looking for, and I'm gonna hit him with the Mad Party, so I'm going down to 3 prize cards. So, the good thing is that I have 1 more prize card, 1 less prize card than my opponent have, so he skipped basically 1 turn to attack. And hitting for 90 won't allow him to go for the knockout against the Dedenne for that extra change, you know. I have energy. I have U-Turn Board on the Crobat just in case. I can also use Crobat into my advantage as well. Crobat into my favor. This deck stays in the format. Post-rotational, you can play this deck. The only card that will rotate from this list... Okay, yeah, you're gonna lose Elms, Lectures, Cynthia, and a couple more cards, like Identify Fossil wouldn't go out of the rotation, I think. What about Kabutops? Yeah, wouldn't go, because Kabutops is in team-up, so it's in a team-up. But I think you can still play this deck. 4 Evolution Incense, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Great Ball. Great Ball is a good card. It's printed in Sun and Moon, in Sword and Shield base set, so yeah. So I'm still under the item lock. I have Sinistea finally. And what about energy cards? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it should be enough. I can use one of my Roxies to get rid of the Dean, just to prepare myself for the worst. And I can also set up this Ditto in play, trade maybe this Research on the top of my deck. There is a triple acceleration energy, which is really good. Alright, so Bunnelby took another knockout. And another energy card. Imagine your opponent playing right now Team Yell Grant. Or grant something that discards 2 energies from your hand. That would be deadly. Carry off. I still didn't see what this Noctowl says. Choose one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. They shuffle that Pokemon, all cards attached to their deck. Yeah, as expected, that's the Noctowl. But my opponent wouldn't be too happy to shuffle my Pokemon into my deck. What he can shuffle into my deck, I don't know, not too much, I guess. Noctowl is from... Is this a Sword and Shield? I bet it is. Ah, Fion. Okay. Whatever, I'm gonna put Sinistea in front. He will shuffle my Bunnelby and all cards into my deck. With that carry off. But I'm not under the item lock, which means that I have triple acceleration energy. Did I discard my Zebstrika? I guess I did. Yes, I did. Zebstrika discarded. Beham. Kabutops goes to my opponent's deck back. So he really wants to set up that Kabutops in play if it's somehow possible. So he wants to shuffle Noctowl and establish supporter lock in the front, and he will do that. He will actually do that. So carrying off my Bunnelby, and he is basically supporter locking me there. Alright. Well, there is a triple acceleration, and I will discard Roxie in order to pick myself a Bunnelby, so I have 2 different attacking Pokemons available, and just in case of knockout, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use Primate Wisdom, just in case, who knows what can happen next turn. And I could even T-break my Polteageist for 2 more cards. And I'm not gonna try to thin my deck anymore. Let's just knock him out. And let's take a prize card, which is another Sinistea. Alright. This battle lasts for like 15 minutes or so. Pokemon Breeders Nurturing. Choose up to 2 of your Pokemon in play. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from it. Put it onto it. So really good for Beham Evolution lineup. Really good card for, you know, stage 1 or maybe stage 2 decks. Really helps them to, you know, evolve. But I managed somehow to play through the item lock and through the support lock, because I have basically extra draw support in T-break and also with Crobat and Dedenne. So that's the GG. So I could even go with the Bunnelby or with the Polteageist in the front. It wouldn't matter too much because I have Twin Energy in my hand, plus I have Triple Acceleration Energy in my deck if I decide to use my Hapu. So let's go with the Mud Party, and that's the knockout. 280 damage. 280. There we go. I could take a look at my opponent deck list, and I will definitely save this deck list for later. We'll definitely do it. I always like to play cards that are basic. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their banished Pokemon. Your opponent puts their active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into their hand. Yeah, this Pidgeot is also cool. He is also cool as well. What? I don't have Mew? Oh, that's the rare Mew? Okay. I'm gonna save this for later. I'm a huge fan of item lock decks. Huge fan. Huge fan. What I like the most, item lock decks. I like to play control decks as well, but you know, something like a Wikavolt, for example, which I need to upload on my channel. I basically won tournament today with Wikavolt. So really like to play control and item blocks decks, but I'm not the type of the player that will basically play the deck that don't allow your opponent to play, you know, something like Cheap X, Pidgeot, or Oranguru control deck. I don't like those types of the decks. I like to play item lock decks, but I don't like to play those types of the decks. Rogue decks, like for example this deck that my opponent used. Third time in a row starting with this thing. He definitely likes me, and I likes him as well, but I would rather start with, you know, Sinistea or maybe Bunnelby. Bunnelby would be the best start here, but I'm not gonna complain because I do have Scoop Up Net, and who knows, maybe I get lucky with a top deck, maybe Great Ball or something like that, maybe a Quick Ball, we shall see. But when you get Switch, Scoop Up Net, and U-Turn Board turn 1, and you are forced to discard that entire hand, and those are the only 3 cards, those are the tech cards and only 3 cards that you have, you know that you're not gonna probably have a good day, you know. And also Sky Pillar is here as a stadium card, you know, and well, I guess. Ooh, okay, well, interesting, safe to say. Okay, let's try to set the knock on turn 1 if we can. Bunnelby, Evolution Incense. I need attacking Pokemon, so Sinistea, Great Ball into another Mr. Rime, and Research for 7, so I don't think I'm gonna be in a position to do the knockout. Who knows? Evolution Incense for 1 more Mr. Rime. I'm gonna use this Quick Ball for Mr. Rime to grab myself a Dedenne so I can throw. Oh, I played support card. Oh, I played. Okay. Okay, hype was real. The hype was real. Never mind. Misplay. That's a misplay. Don't tell anybody. That's a misplay. I guess Baby Blacephalon. Okay, I mean, fairly, Blacephalon shouldn't be favorable against Med Party, in my opinion, as long as they put deck cards like Cramorant, Dedenne, and let's say, Oricorio. The moment they put them in play, they provide 2 prize cards. Plus they need Welder, you know. They only need to discard 1 energy card, let's be honest, but still. Oh, Great Catcher discarded by the Heat Factory. Wow, that's interesting. I really need to say that I'm impressed by this decision. I'm very impressed by that decision. Okay. He decided to draw 2 cards, to actually search the deck for 2 cards. That's the Kramer and Twee Big Catch effect. Gonna drink some water. It's a really hot day outside, you know. Really hot. It's maybe like 30 degrees Celsius, but it's, you know, it's really hot. Well, I guess I'm gonna go with the Roxie for 6, and I will discard my Zebstrika, so that hand is awful, safe to say. What about Great Ball? What can I do with Crobat? Literally nothing. I still have the Dedenne, so I guess I'm gonna go with... You know what? I'm gonna shuffle back Zebstrika, but now I'm gonna shuffle that Polteageist, and then I will use my Data Change for a fresh hand of 6 new cards and see if I can maybe find myself Evolution Incense. Okay, is there Polteageist is here? Okay. Well, I cannot knock him out yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 120. Jeez, 120 turn 3. Ah, no way. Dang, I made a misplay. Misplay number 2. Why? I should go with my Bunnelby in the front because Polteageist allows me to draw some cards. Right. So this is probably going to be a knockout against my Dedenne on the bench. So he really wants to trade the prize cards and be in a position to have advantage in that price trade-up. Why? He takes first prize card and he basically is in a position to win the game. And even worse, I have 1 more Dedenne on the bench, so that's actually 2 prize cards for him. So spit shot for Dedenne, nothing to lose here, but at least he managed to clear the bench space for me. And right now, top deck Welder would be awesome. But for example, but top deck Welder, top deck Boss Water. But for example, you don't want to go with it. You don't want to go with it. You just want to focus. Well, I guess I can discard one of my Twin Energy cards and pick that team and discard it with a Roxie Twin Energy, Triple Acceleration Energy, Mad Party for the knockout, and I'm going down to 4 prize cards as well. Boss's Order and another Twin Energy. He only needs energy card plus energy card and my Polteageist would be knocked out. I don't have Resist Stamp, so I should definitely think about tweaking and tagging 1 copy of Resist Stamp into my deck. I think I will probably need 1 Resist Stamp for situations like this, where I'm playing against Blacephalon and I cannot do nothing. It's my fault because I didn't take first 2 prize cards in the game. I couldn't knock the a bird out. It was obvious that something like this will happen next. But okay, I mean, it's okay. Alright, so there's Blacephalon. Blacephalon needs actually 2 energy cards, 2, because Polteageist have 60 HP, and there's a Heatran. So all suddenly my opponent says, well, you can have it, you can win this game, why not? I'm gonna let you win this game because I'm a good guy, and I will let you win this game. So 3, 6, 8, I'm hitting for 180, 160, so I need 20 more damage counters in my discard pile. I can get 20 more damage counters by discarding my Bunnelby from hand. Is that correct? 3, 6, 8. It is correct, but yeah, okay, it's okay. Setting my Twin Energy, using the boss's order. It is a 190 HP Pokemon. It is a 190 HP Pokemon. Yeah, Heatran is a 190 HP Pokemon, not 180. I could simply just knock the Blacephalon out, draw a prize, be on the 3 prize cards, let my opponent knock the Bunnelby out, so I would be down to like, he would be down to 2, I would knock his Blacephalon out and I would be down to 2, and then I would just boss's order his Heatran for the win. And right now he goes down to 2, I go down to 3, he goes down to 1, and I can technically go down to 1. There's no way I can win this game anymore. Misplay number 3. Miscalculated myself. It happens. It happens. It happens, you know. Sometimes it happens. I didn't play too many games, but I was like, well, there's a Heatran. He's like 180 HP. Many GX Pokemon stage 1, actually basic, you know, are like 180 usually, 170, 180, some weak are like 160. But Heatran is 190. Heatran is 190. The reason for that is I don't know what was the reason for Heatran being 190. I see only one welder. That is literally unfair. So, right now he needs to set up Welder and knock it against Bunnelby, and turn after he simply needs Hotburn GX, and then the game is over, you know. So that's literally all he needs to do. I cannot forget myself this misplay. That was horrible mistake. But okay, I mean, one misplay per game is decent, you know, relevant, because even the top tier players are basically misplaying. So that's nothing unusual, you know. Misplay is part of the game. We are all humans, we are not, you know, super robots, so we need to, you know, make mistakes. But those types of mistakes, for example, cost you the game. As example, my opponent is right now using Scoop Up Net, and he have a skateboard on Jirachi, so what he really needed to do here, I didn't pay attention, did he switch his Jirachi already, because I was talking and looking outside of my window. But right now he basically needs to find himself a switch or a skateboard in order to switch this active Jirachi, because he discarded Scoop Up Net. And if he didn't play the Jirachi, if he just promoted Jirachi with a skateboard in the front, he could simply just, you know, Stellar Wish, retreat, use another Stellar Wish, and then simply play Scoop Up Net. But he find himself a switch. Looks like he might not be able to get a welder. If he misses this turn to attack, then I will win this game, because there is a Heat Factory one more time, he have switch, does he have welder in his hand, there's another fire crystal, so he's building his hand to be so huge. And basically, if he misses welder, that's gonna be so devastating. So he misses the welder play. He literally misses the welder play here. So I'm just gonna go with the boss order right now, and I will put my energy down to Bunnelby. I'm gonna go with another Sinistea on the bench, and Med Party this time, this Heatran for the knockout. And I can't believe that at the end I might win this game, but still he have to prize cards potentially on my bench. There is the Dedenne-GX, so if he can knock the Dedenne-GX, the Dedenne, really need to see how that's pronounced. So there's a welder for 3 more cards. If he can find another Great Catcher, if he plays 2 Great Catchers, he can knock the Dedenne out. So Stellar Wish for the last 2 cards, so he can see which 2 last cards he have. I think it was a Fire Crystal, I was just too fast. I have the Cephalon deck list right here, somewhere on my table. It is basically right here, at my table, you know, and I'm playing only 1 copy of, it's right here, you know, you can see it right there, the Cephalon deck list. And I'm playing basically only 1 copy of Great Catcher inside of it, so it's safe to say that he don't have 2 Great Catchers, and I don't even know how in the world I managed to win this game. Somehow I did. By my opponent misplay.